In this lecture, we are going to go over the CNIL AI Action Plan. And as with our most recent lectures, we will begin by introducing the organization, the CNIL, and then we will take a look at the action plan. So what is the CNIL? Well, it is the French Data Protection Authority, and lest I am ridiculed all over the internet, I will not attempt to pronounce the original French here. But just know when you see CNIL, that means French Data Protection Authority. The AI Action Plan has 4 key objectives. Those are to understand AI and its impact on people, to respect personal data, to support innovation players in France and Europe, and auditing and controls. Again, sticking with our theme to identify outliers in all of these different action plans and ethics documents. The main outlier here is support innovation players in France and Europe. So of all of the different principles that we've looked at, this is the one that specifically calls out supporting AI actors in France and Europe. And that should naturally make sense, right? This is the French Data Protection Authority. They want to support their own local companies and organizations, as well as those throughout Europe. We will now look at each of these 4 objectives in a little bit more detail. The objective to understand AI and its impact is as follows. This principle advocates for fairness and transparency, protecting publicly available data, for example, protecting it against web scraping, to protect data transmitted by users, such as user inputs, to understand the consequences of AI on individual rights, to protect against bias and discrimination, and to understand and mitigate security challenges. The second principle is to respect personal data. The CNIL AI Action Plan aims to guide compliance with the GDPR. GDPR stands for General Data Protection Regulation, and this is the primary information privacy law or regulation for the European Union. We will talk much more about the GDPR in a future domain. Other points supporting this principle are publishing policies concerning enhanced surveillance, providing guidance on applicable data sharing and reuse, as well as guidance on the ethical use of AI systems. With regards to supporting players in France and Europe, at the time of recording, the most concrete action taken by the CNIL is to provide a sandbox to support and encourage innovation in France and Europe. The final principle is auditing and controls. This advocates for protecting individuals against fraud, investigating complaints, ensuring an EU-coordinated approach to data processing, and ensuring that AI providers are complying with the GDPR's DPIA, or Data Protection Impact Assessment requirements. In this lecture, we have looked at the CNIL AI Action Plan. Again, CNIL is the French acronym for the French Data Protection Authority. The action plan has 4 key objectives. Those are to understand AI and its impact on people, respect personal data, support innovation players in France and Europe, and auditing and controls.